Times are not hard. Your priorities are just not straight. I guarantee you this, 90 to 95% of people that are watching this video have some type of vice. Whether it be they smoke, they drink, they go out and party, they're spending money on things that they don't need, like new clothes and shoes every week. They're just eating out every other day. They have a pet that they don't need, so they're buying pet food and pampering their dog or their cat, whatever it might be. You don't need to do that. You want to do that. Let's be real. Yes, I know the price of everything is going up, but we all know this. This isn't something that's new. This is something that we have been aware of for the past, 5 years? I guess you could say, whatever. But since we know that, it's up to us now to be aware of that and stay aware of that and change our spending habits. We have to gain financial intelligence. The same way that it's important for us to gain emotional intelligence, it's very important for us to gain financial intelligence and be able to understand that the times that we're in, because everything is going up in price, that means we have to be smarter with our spending habits. We have to be smarter with saving and investing. For example, there's people out there that buy zips of weed every single week. I don't know how much a zip is going for. Let's just say a zip is going for $100. Even if, let's say that $75 that they're spending a week could be put into a saving account. It could be put into a trust, a bond. It could be put into some type of investment, or it could simply be saved. But instead, you're spending it on weed, something that you do not need. Again, if you prescribed it, that's different. But if you are here just buying weed just for the fun of it and then complaining about how everything is expensive, you are the problem, bro. You the problem, because you need to have your priorities straight. So instead of spending your money on things that you don't need, you need to be investing that money, saving it, and just making a smarter decision with it. Because I'm tired of hearing people complain on Instagram and social media in general, saying everything's so expensive nowadays, apartments, this, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, stop spending money going out to the club every week. You don't need to do that. Stop buying that video game. Stop buying new video games. Stop spending money on VC. You don't need to do stuff like that. You don't need to get the new J's every week. I promise you don't need to get the new J's. The same J's that came out last Saturday came out 10 years ago. The same J's that's coming out this Saturday gonna come out again 5 years from now. But yet, you got somebody that will spend $250 a week on these pair of J's, but then be complaining to themselves about how hard times are. Like, cut that bullshit out, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't about to say no names, but I got a friend that literally talks to me sometimes. We get on the phone. We don't live close to each other. He lives in another state. And he just has a victim mindset of like, man, everything's so expensive nowadays, I'm just going to just work and then die and then that's just how I'm going to live my life. And I'm like, bro, you don't have to live your life like that. Your priorities are just not in order. Instead of spending money on this, that, and the third, how about you reallocate that money to something else that's actually going to be conducive to your financial growth, so that in a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, you're able to live your dream life. There's people taking trips all over the world and they spending their last to do this. Taxes just passed by. And I guarantee you this, most people spent their tax money on things that they do not absolutely need, just so that they can either flex on Instagram or feel good in the moment. And that's crazy to me. That's crazy, because people will have the audacity to complain about the situation that they're in, but not even have the audacity to want to change it. It's like people are just accepting defeat. Like, people are so weak nowadays. It's insane to me. Like, no, I get it. Everything is going up. The prices of milk, eggs, meat, vegetables, fruit, whatever, is going up. Which means that we have to be smarter with our money spending habits. It's that simple. So instead of complaining, how about you do a little research, reanalyze your life, and say, I probably don't need to buy this weed every week. I probably don't need to be getting that junk food. I probably don't need to be eating out every other day. I probably don't need those new J's that's coming out. I probably don't need those cigarettes. I probably don't need to be going out to the club. I probably don't need to be spending money on old girl that I know I don't like. I'm just, trying to keep her around because I'm lonely and she lonely and we just comforting each other. My bad. I don't know how to say that word too well, but that's besides the point. But yeah, comforting each other. Whatever. But yeah, that's besides the point, man. But yeah, just let's be smarter, y'all. Because times are not hard. People like, man, I miss the good old days. And I'm like, bro, these are the good days. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day when it comes to nostalgia. But bro, these are the good days. I'm having a time of my life. I'm having the most money I'm ever having. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I'm in my prime right now. And the thing is, I'm still grinding to become a better version of myself every day. I think people are just, like, I don't know. I honestly think people are just simply lazy and delusional. And I don't mean to say it in an offensive way, but, I have to say it like that because that's what people listen to. If you look at someone like Charleston White, before he became the character that he is now, he tried to come out to people and be like, oh, say, young brother, need to do this, do that, and the third. But he noticed that people weren't listening to him. It wasn't until he was brutally honest that people got it into their skulls. It's not until he was brutally honest, so he was saying F this person, and he was just loud and obnoxious that people started to listen to him. And when he started to use controversy on the internet is when people started to listen to him. And so I understand that's what I have to do sometimes. I don't want to be too rude or offend too many people, but if that's what I got to do to get my point across, that's what I'm going to do. And so, yes, I genuinely believe that most people are just lazy, delusional, and ignorant. They don't want to change. They say they want to change, but they don't want to do what they got to do in order to change. Because people honestly love playing the victim and love being in comfortability. Even if it means that they suffer. If it means that they get to stay comfortable and continue playing the victim, they're going to do it. Because it means they don't have to change anything. And they get to put the blame on someone else. Like the government is after us and the system doesn't want us to win and they're raising the prices of eggs and this, that, and the third. All of that whoopla, that stuff that don't matter. Instead of just changing themselves, that's what they're going to do. But then they complain about it like, oh man, these times are hard, and they cope. They cope about, they try to cope with their life and try to justify why they're not where they're at instead of just making the changes that they need to make. It's like, bro, this isn't 2005. You can't just be smoking weed and going out to party and then have a $500 apartment bill at the end of the month. That's not life. No matter how much we complain about it or reminisce on the quote-unquote good old days, it's not coming back. It's never coming back. So instead of complaining, how about we accept where we are now and just make the changes that we need to make? Man, that's all I got for y'all today, though. I might make a part 2 on this video. I don't know. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. But times are not hard. Your priorities are just not straight. Until next time, see y'all again.